Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue with our exercise 3.14. In the previous class we have completed the first and the second question. Yes children, I hope you remember the formulas that we have written for our exercise 3.14. So remember a few formulas over here. I'll just give you some formulas. So what is the formula for alpha square plus beta square children? It's alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. So remember few formulas that you have to remember. We have many formulas that comes in all the problems. Yes children. So for every problem you may have to use different formulas. So you have to study all the formulas. So whenever you get a new formulas, you have to take a note of the formulas and you have to keep it ready. And whenever you get free time, you have to go through the formulas twice or thrice so that the formula fixes in your mind. So have a habit of taking a note of the formulas. So wherever you get new formulas, wherever you are applying a new different variations, you have to note it and you just keep it. So what you can do is children, you can just use a new page for noting down all the formulas. Suppose you are using a maths notebook. At the end of the last page, you can have a note there, formulas, and you can go on writing all the formulas, which will be useful for you whenever you prepare your notes, whenever you prepare for your exams. It will be useful for you. So have a habit of taking the note of formulas. Okay. Now one more thing here. If you have alpha square beta square children, this can be written as alpha beta the whole square. Alpha square beta square can be taken as alpha beta the whole square. Similarly, alpha cube beta cube means how you are going to write down? Yes, alpha cube beta cube. So you have 3 power, that is the power for alpha is 3 and the power for beta is 3. So you can write down this as alpha beta the whole cube. So this way you can go on proceeding with your sums. So we'll be just having a note of all the formulas when we do the sum. So for question number 3, that is we are going to start with question number 3. So for question number 3, we are going to use these 2 formulas. One is alpha square plus beta square formula and one we are going to use for alpha square beta square. So just I have given you a hint so that it will be easy for you to apply in question number 3. Let's start with our class children. So take down your classwork. Take down your classwork. Write down today's date. Write down question number 3. Write down question number 3. The roots of the equation x square plus 6x minus 4 is equal to 0 are alpha, beta. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are. Okay, so they have given you the roots of the equation as alpha comma beta. And what is the equation given to you children? Yes, it's x square plus 6x minus 4 is equal to 0. Write down x square plus 6x minus 4 is equal to 0. So now what are we going to do here is, first thing is always find out the value for A, find out the value for B and also find out the value for C. Let's go with the work. So find out here A. What is A children? What is the coefficient of x square? What comes with x square? You cannot write here 0 because nothing is over here. Every time whenever you have no number, you have to take it as 1. So here A is equal to 1. B is equal to 6. What is the value for B? 6. How you get value for B? The coefficient for x. What is the coefficient for x? It's 6. Okay. Now let's come for C. What is the constant term children? What is left out now? It's minus 4. Always I have told you that we have to focus on the signs also. Remember, we have to follow up with the sign. It is very, very, very important. So you get C is equal to minus 4. So from the given equation, I have found the value for A, that was the coefficient of x square. I have found the value for B, that is the coefficient of x, and I have taken the constant value, that is minus 4. Just stay down till here children. Okay, they have given you one more thing over here. What is given to you? Alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. So let alpha, beta be the roots of the equation. So now what are we going to do? We are going to find out the sum of the roots and we have to find out product of the roots. What is sum children? Sum means you have to add them. So alpha plus beta is equal to, what is the formula for alpha plus beta, children? Yes, good. Minus b upon a. Remember the formula for sum of roots? Minus b upon a. What is b here? 6. But before I write b, I have to see the sign over here. What is the sign given here? Minus. So minus 6 upon 1, which is equal to minus 6. Clear? Are you clear, children? So what are we going to do? We are finding the sum of the roots. And what was the roots given to you? Alpha and beta. You have to be careful with the roots because in some cases they may give you the condition for the roots. Okay, children? So here no problem. They have just mentioned that alpha and beta are the roots. So I'm just taking alpha plus beta as the sum. So what is the formula for alpha plus beta? Minus b upon a. That's minus is already present in the formula. The value for b is 6 upon 1. So minus 6 upon 1, minus 6. Okay, good. Now let's go for the second part. We are going to find out the product. What do you mean by product? Alpha, beta. What is the formula for alpha, beta? Yes, it's c upon a. Okay, children. So we have already found the value for c. What is the value for c? Yes, here it's minus 4. So minus 4. What is the value for a? 1. So minus 4 upon 1, which is equal to minus 4. So we have found the value for alpha plus beta, that is minus 6, and also we have found for alpha beta. What is the value for alpha beta? Yes, it's minus 4. Now let's come to the first subpart. Take down the first subpart, children. Take down the first subpart. What is the first subpart given to you? Yes, alpha square and beta square. Take down the question. Write down neatly, children. Your presentation should be good. I hope you have taken down the question. So just do not get confused. So equation was given to you in the question. Yes, children? So for that particular equation, what was the root given? The roots were alpha and beta. So what we have done? We have found the sum of roots and also we have found the product of roots. This is for the equation with the root alpha and beta. Now they are asking you to find a new equation with a new root. What are the new roots given to you? It's alpha square and beta square. So instead of alpha and beta, what are we going to do? We are going to take the root as alpha square and beta square. I hope you are clear with the concept, children. I'll just read the question once again. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are. So first they have given that alpha and beta are the roots. But now what are they saying? You have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square. This is very, very simple. What are we going to do is, wherever you had written alpha and beta, you are going to replace it as, in place of alpha, you have to write alpha square, and in place of beta, you have to write beta square. That's all. Shall we proceed, children? Okay, let's do the work. So sum is equal to, I'll write sum of roots. Okay. Sum of roots is equal to, what are the new roots we have taken here? Alpha square and beta square. Yes, alpha square plus beta square. What is the formula for alpha square plus beta square? I already have given you the formula when before I started the sum. Yes, it was alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. What is the formula for alpha square plus beta square? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to write down the formula over here. Let's write down the formula, children. Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Okay. So we have substituted the formula. Now what are we going to do? We know the value for alpha plus beta and we know the value for alpha beta. This value can be taken from the previous equation. That is, we have already solved the equation and we have got the value for alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So what are you going to do? You are going to use these values over here. Let's use the value. What is alpha plus beta, children? Yes, see? Minus 6. Very good. Minus 6 the whole square. Okay. Minus alpha plus beta square I have substituted. What is the next thing given here? Minus. Done. What is next thing given here? 2. Okay. Now I have to write the value for alpha beta. What is the value for alpha beta? Minus 4. Yes. I'll put here minus 4. Minus 6 into minus 6. What is minus 6 into minus 6? It's plus 36. Good. Then minus 2 into minus 4. What is the answer for minus into minus, children? Minus minus plus. So what do you get here? Minus 6 into minus 6. Minus minus turns to be plus. 6 6 are 36. I get here 36. Be careful. Here when you are multiplying, you are not worried about the sign of the bigger number. We follow the sign when we are adding the integers. So minus 2 into minus 4 gives you plus 8. We are not going to write your minus sign because we are following the multiplication. So what is the answer, children? It's plus 8. So what do you get when you add 36 and 8? It's 44. 36 plus 8, 44. So we have found the first part. That is sum of roots. Actually the question is to form a quadratic equation. So you know what is the general form of a quadratic equation. X square minus sum of roots the whole x plus product of roots is equal to 0. So we have found sum of roots. Now what we have to find out? We have to find product of roots. Let's follow it. I'll rub out this part, children. Product of roots is equal to, what is the new root you are going to take here? Alpha square and beta square. So write down here alpha square, beta square. Multiplication. So alpha square into beta square. So I have just written them together. Now I have told you how to change this. Yes. Alpha beta and write down the whole square. Because both the powers are same. So we are taking the power common. If you have alpha square and beta cube, we cannot write in this form because here the power is 2 and here the power is 3. So we cannot write out in a common form. So do not do for these cases. But if you have the power same like alpha square or beta square, you can take them together. So alpha beta the whole square. What is the value for alpha beta? Yeah, already I have written here, yes. It's minus 4 the whole square. Minus 4 plus 16. Minus 4 into minus 4. It's plus 16. Be careful, children. Whenever you multiply any integer, you have to be careful with the sign. 2 negative, you get a positive answer. 2 positive, get a positive answer. 1 negative, 1 positive, you get a negative answer. And in case of multiplication, we are not worried about the sign of the bigger number. See here. Suppose I multiply minus 4 into 3. I'll write the answer as minus 12. Minus and plus. Yes, children? So minus plus means you have to write the answer as minus. If it is minus 2 into, I'll give you one number. Okay, 8 into minus 2. Minus 16. Yes, you may have a confusion. You may make a mistake that the sign of the bigger number is plus. Okay, so we have to write the answer as plus. No, that's not there. Whenever you are multiplying, just count or we have to just focus on the number of signs. Like if you have the same signs like minus, minus, so answer is plus. If you have a plus plus sign, answer is plus. And if you have a different sign like minus plus or plus minus, you are going to get a negative answer. So be careful, children. So what is the answer for minus 4 into minus 4? Minus 4 into minus 4 is equal to 16. Yes. So we have found the product of roots. Now let's go for the final part. Yes. What are we going to do? We are going to write the quadratic equation. Write down here. Therefore, general form of, I hope you are doing the sums along with me, children. Follow it. So general form of quadratic equation is, you know the formula, we have already used this in our previous exercise, hey children? So what is the formula? X square minus sum of roots, the whole x, plus product of roots is equal to 0. So write the general form, x square minus sum of roots x plus product of roots is equal to 0. Now we are going to substitute the value for sum of roots and we are going to substitute the value for product of roots. And one more thing children, before I just go to the next step, be careful to substitute the value of new sum of roots and new product of roots. You are not going to put that one. That is, when we started the sum, we had here, we found alpha plus beta and alpha beta, children. So this you are not going to put, you have to substitute the value for the new roots, that is for alpha square and beta square. So I write down here. Okay, I'll just keep the answers for my reference. Therefore, required quadratic equation is x square, okay. Sum of roots, what is the sum of roots? 44. X plus product of roots, what is the product of roots? 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, x square, try to remove the bracket, minus 44x plus 16 is equal to 0. So this is the required answer. X square minus 44x plus 16 is equal to 0. So we have completed the first subpart from question number 3. I hope you are clear with the steps. I have just made the steps very easy. So you have to follow the steps and you are going to complete the second subpart and the third subpart as your homework, children. So homework is exercise 3.14, question number 3, the second subpart and the third subpart. So this is your homework. Mark down your homework questions, children. From question number 3, the second subpart and the third subpart. For the second subpart, what is the new root you are going to take? Yes, 2 upon alpha and 2 upon beta. For the second sum, you can directly write down sum of roots and product of roots. And you have read the general form and you have read the quadratic equation. So no need to find out alpha plus beta and alpha beta because already we have found it for the first part. So you are going to use it. So I'll just do here. I'll just give you a hint how to follow your second and third sum. So 2 upon alpha and 2 upon beta you have it, children. So how are you going to do here? So sum of roots is equal to alpha plus beta. Yes, children. So 2 upon alpha plus 2 upon beta. So you can directly write down here. Sum of roots is equal to 2 upon alpha plus 2 upon beta. Then you have to cross multiply. Then you will get the answer in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So you have to substitute the values. Already we have taken the value for alpha plus beta and alpha beta. What was the value for alpha plus beta? It was minus 6. And alpha beta was minus 4. Okay, children? So you have to use this values and you have to proceed for sum of roots and you have to find out product of roots. For product means 2 upon alpha into 2 upon beta. So numerator into numerator. So 4 upon alpha into beta, alpha beta. So here only you have to substitute the value for alpha beta. After finding sum, after finding product, write the general form. After writing general form, you have to write the required equation. So these are the steps that you have to follow for the homework part. Is it clear, children? I hope you are clear and you would be able to complete the second subpart and the third subpart as homework. Okay, children? Let's move to question number 4. Write down question number 4. So do not waste your time. Write down question number 4. if alpha, beta are the roots of 7x square plus ax plus 2 is equal to 0, and if beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7, find the values of a. So they have given you an equation over there. What are the equation, children? Yes, the equation is 7x square plus ax plus 2 is equal to 0. And what are the roots of the equation? Alpha, comma, beta are the roots of the equation. Okay. One more thing they have given you here. Beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7. Okay. And what else you are going to do over here? We are going to find out the values of a. So we have to find the value of a, which is unknown. We don't know the value for a. So that's what we are going to find out here. Okay, children, shall we start with the sums? Let's go with the work. I'll write down the equation which is given to you in the question. 7x square plus ax plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation given to you. 7x square plus ax plus 2 is equal to 0. And here we are going to find out what is a, what is B, and what is C, as we have done in our previous, this what we are doing from our previous exercise also we have used this. Yes, children? So just write down here what is A, what is B, and what is C. Fill it. Let me see how you're filling it. Fill the value for A, fill the value for B, and also write down the value for C. So do not waste your time. Okay. I hope you have written the value for A, B, C. Check whether you have written it correctly. Yeah, what is the value for A, children? Yes. What's that? 7. Good. How did you get 7? Coefficient of x square. The number that comes with x square. What is the number coming with x square here? Yes, 7. What is the coefficient of x? It's a. Yeah, do not get confused. The thing is, you have to write the coefficient. So what is with x? It's a. So b is equal to a. What is the value for c? The constant number. What is the sign here? Plus 2. So I have told you, whenever you go or whenever you are writing the coefficients, please mind the signs. You have to take the signs also. That's very, very important. Okay. So we have found the value for A, we have found the value for B, and also we have found the value for C. Now, before we go to the sums, something is given to you. What is given to you here? Beta minus alpha. Write down. Beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7. This is given to us. Beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7. Now, they are asking you to find out the values of A, children. So now what are we going to do is, we have to find out the value for alpha and beta, because they have given you that alpha and beta are the roots. Okay, children? So I don't know the value for alpha and beta here. So what I'm going to do is, I'll be just giving you one value over here. X is equal to, I'll write down this and you have to tell me what is this. If x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So what was this, children? Yeah, this was the quadratic formula. I have told you that this is one of the method used to find out the value for x. Like we have used many methods. What were the methods we have used? We have used quadratic formula method. Then we have used completing the square method. And also we have used a factorization method to find out the value for x. Here it is not possible to find out alpha plus beta and alpha beta directly, because here one value is unknown. Can you see here? Here I have a number a. Instead of having a number, I am having an unknown value a. So I cannot find out the value for alpha plus beta, and also I cannot find out the value for alpha beta. So what I am going to do here is, I am just going to use the quadratic formula. What is the formula? It's minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So now here, you know that x is having two values, children. Can you tell me two values? What are the two values? Yes. One is with plus and one is with minus. So you are going to write down alpha as plus part and beta as minus. Be careful, this is very easy, just do not get confused, that's all. So what are you going to say here? Therefore, alpha is equal to, because they have already mentioned to you that alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. Yes children? So roots means the values for x. The two values are, one is alpha and one is beta. So write down alpha value as minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Plus minus is there. So I am taking the value for alpha as plus. And beta is equal to minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So I have taken the value for beta as minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. I hope you are clear. So we have taken the values for alpha and beta from the formula itself. The positive part I have taken for alpha and the negative part I am taking for beta. Now I am going to apply this 2. I am going to substitute this 2 in the given part. We have a condition over here. Yes, beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7. So I am going to substitute these two formulas over here. Let me substitute and let us go for the next step. So what do you get here? Beta minus alpha. Yes children? So I just substitute the values over here first. So this is equal to, therefore I'll put minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a minus, main sign is minus, okay? So be careful, minus b plus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Just put your pens down and listen to the step, just listen to the explanation, and also you have to just go through the steps so that it will be easy for you to understand. Put your pens down children. So I have taken down, so I know the formula for quadratic formula, I have written the quadratic formula, and from the quadratic formula we have taken the value for alpha, that is for alpha we have taken the positive part, and for beta we are going to take the negative part. Clear? Okay. So now what are we going to do? We are going to substitute the value for alpha and beta in the given part. What is given? Beta minus alpha is equal to minus 13 upon 7. So be careful children. So beta, I have taken the beta value, minus is the main sign, okay, minus, and just put the alpha in the bracket so that we will not make mistake in writing the sign. It will be easy, we will avoid making mistakes. Okay, this is equal to minus 13 upon 7. I have told you to listen the steps carefully and you have going to observe the sums carefully. Okay, now let's proceed with the sums. I'll open the bracket first and later I'll substitute the value children so that it will be easy for us. So what I'm going to do here is minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay children? Now minus, yes, plus b. Minus plus, minus. Clear? Minus, plus. Then minus plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is equal to minus 13 upon 7. I have just opened the bracket. I have told you that we have to be very, very careful when we have the main sign as negative. When we have a main sign as positive, there is no problem. We are going to write down everything as it is. But when you have a main sign as negative, just keep in your mind that whatever comes in the bracket, the signs get changed. So minus b changes to plus b, minus plus, that is plus sign changes to minus. Now let's try to write down the numerator and the denominator together because we are having a common denominator. Here I have 2a, here also I have 2a. So this is equal to minus b minus b square minus 4ac plus b minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is equal to minus 13 upon 7. So what I have done, I have just brought the two terms together. Because we had a common denominator. What is the common denominator? 2a. Okay, children? So minus b plus b gets cancelled. Okay, you just stay down till here. I'll just explain to you the next step. Okay, you have taken down. Okay, now see here, minus b plus b got cancelled. Now minus square root, I hope you are able to, I was explaining to you and I was writing, so it was going somewhat up. It's climbing on the hill. So be careful, you have to write neatly, children. I'll write it once again. So minus b square minus 4ac plus b minus. Okay, so this was the thing I have written. It was just going up, so I have just written. So minus b plus b gets cancelled. Now see here, children, minus square root of b square minus 4ac minus square root of b square minus 4ac. It's like this, minus x minus x. You have same terms, b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac. So what can be done? Minus x gives you minus 2x. What is the value for minus x? Minus 2x. Okay. So similarly, what you get here? Therefore, minus x gives you 2x. Here instead of x, what we are having? Square root of b square minus 4ac. So square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is equal to minus 13 upon 7. I'll cancel the 2 and 2. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to substitute the value for a, b and c that already we have written before that when we started the sum. So this is equal to, and 2 we can cancel, minus also we can cancel because we have minus on both the side. Cancel minus and cancel 2. So what is left now? B square minus 4ac upon a is equal to 13 upon 7. Let me substitute the value, children. What is the value for b? It's a, yes. A. Everything I have to put on the square root sign. So a square minus 4. What is the value for a? 7. Yes. And c? 2. I hope you have already this value. A is 7, b is a and c is 2. So a square, in place of b I have written a square minus 4 into 7 into 2 upon a. 7 is equal to 13 upon 7. Again see, children, denominators are same. Cancel denominator and denominator. 7 and 7 can be cancelled. You can cancel from, when you can cancel only when it is in the form of a multiplication. Your only single numbers were there. If I was having 7 plus 3, I cannot cancel 7 plus 3 and 7. This is totally wrong, okay? So when you have a number alone, you can cancel. 7 and 7 can be cancelled. So now what is left here? Square root of a square minus 7 4s are 28, 2s are 16, 56 is equal to 13. So what I get? A square, square root of a square minus 56 is equal to 13. So now what are we going to do here? We are going to square on both sides because I cannot solve the sum with a square root symbol. So we have to remove the square root symbol. So what are you going to do? You have to square on both sides. Whenever you do square, it should be done on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. A square minus 56 is equal to 13 square. A square, when I square this side, the square root sign goes and 13 will turn to be 13 square. So a square minus 56 is equal to 169. We have already written the squares from 1 to 20, I think so, yes. So you know the direct square of 13. What is the square of 13? It's 169. So a square minus 56 is equal to 169. Okay, let's arrange the terms. Therefore, the minus 56 I'll change over here. That is, I'm going to bring minus 56 from LHS to the RHS. So A square is equal to 169 plus 56. 15, 12, 1, 225. So A square is equal to 225. Therefore, A is equal to, you know the value for 225. You have told you that you have written the squares from 1 to 20. So you can find out the answers for 225. What is the square root of 225? It's 15. 15 15s are, you just check your homework part. 15 15s are 225. Or if you have a confusion, you can just find out the square root using the factorization method. Let's find out by factorization method. You can find by factorization or you can find by the long division method. Shall we do long division, children? Okay. 2, 2, 5. That's why we say if you are very, very thorough with the, what is that, square table, you can just write down plus minus 15, done, finished. But if you have confusion how to find out the square of 225, you can use a long division method. You know how to do the long division? Go on pairing 2, 2. So 2, what is left here? 1. So pair 2. Closest number to 2, 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4. We cannot take 4, so we have to take 1 ones are 1, 1, 1, 2. 1 plus 1, 2. Here minus 1. So 2 minus 1, 1. Take the 25 as it is. Last number is 5. So 25 into 5. So 5, 5, 5. 30, 125. So we get the answer as 15. So whenever you are writing the answer, you have to write down as plus minus 15. Already I have explained to you why we are using plus minus 15. Because 15 into 15 is also 225. Same time, minus 15 into minus 15 is also 225. Minus minus will turn to be plus. So be careful to write down plus minus 15. The square root, whenever you remove the square root, you have to write the value for A as plus minus the particular value. So here you are finding the square root of 225. So the answer is plus minus 15. So write down the answer. So we have found the unknown value A. Yes, we have found the value for A. What is the value for A, children? Yes, plus minus 15. You have to show this long division method in your right corner. That is before the rough column. You would have drawn rough column, yes? So before that you have to show the working part. Show the working part. Okay, let's go for the next question. Let's go for question number 5. I hope you're clear. The sum may be lengthy. The sum may be lengthier, but if you just understand the concept and if you just go on doing the step properly, that you have to follow step by step and you will arrive at a correct answer. So be careful, children. Okay, let's continue with sum number 5. Let's start sum number 5. And on the see the question, children. You have to take down the question. So take down the question. If one root of the equation, 2y square minus ay plus 64 is equal to 0. So what is the equation given to you? The equation is 2y square minus ay plus 64 is equal to 0. So this is the equation given to you. Okay. Is twice the other. That means one root is twice the other. So how you are going to write down? If I write one root as alpha, the second root is twice the other. Twice the other means it will be taken as 2 alpha. If you are taking one root as beta, the next one is twice the root. That means 2 times, beta. Clear? So write down here. let alpha and 2 alpha be the roots. Let alpha, okay, what do you say here? Okay, let alpha, first I'll write down that alpha and beta be the roots, then I'll give the condition. So just write down, let alpha and beta be the roots. Okay, 2y square minus ay plus 64 is equal to 0 is the given equation. Now I'm just taking the roots as alpha and beta. Now what is the condition given? One root is twice the other. One root is equal to twice the other. What is the other root we are taking here? Yes, beta. So we are not taking the same root. So we are taking one root and the another root. So what is the one root here? Alpha. And what is the another root? Beta. But what is the condition given to you? One root is twice. What is the meaning of twice? 2 times. That is alpha is equal to 2 beta. This is given to you in the condition. So alpha is equal to 2 beta. Write down given or from condition. You can just use any one of this or write both of this. Okay, we'll write down both of this. Alpha is equal to 2 beta. This is given from the condition. Okay, now we are going to proceed further. What are we going to do here is we are going to find out the sum of the roots and we are going to find out the product of roots. Shall we proceed the sum, children? Let's find out the sum of roots. So sum of roots is equal to, okay, shall we find out the value for a and b, a, b, c directly? Okay, we'll find out directly. Sum of roots is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. This is a formula that we have to use. Yes, children? Now what is the value for alpha? The value for alpha is 2 beta. Already we know this. Yes, children? So in place of alpha, you have to write down 2 beta. 2 beta plus beta is equal to, what is the value for minus b? Here you will have confusion, children. Okay, so I just want you to write down here in the bracket. Okay, a is equal to, what is a, children? 2. What is b? Coefficient of y. What is b? Minus a. And what is c? 64. So that you will be not able to miss out any terms. Because sometimes if you write directly, you may have a confusion in sign. So be careful, just take down the value for a as 2, b as minus a, and c as 64. So now what I am going to do, I am going to substitute the value. What is the value? Yes, minus b. What is minus b? Minus of minus a. So minus is already present and the value for b is minus a. Do not write this a. This is a formula, children. What is the value for a here? 2. So minus minus plus. So you get a upon 2. 3 beta. 2 beta plus beta is equal to 3 beta. I hope you are clear. So we started with the equation. What are the two roots we are taking as? Alpha and beta. What is the condition given? One root is twice the other. Twice the other means what? 2 times. So alpha is equal to 2 beta. So now what are we going to do? We are going to find the sum of roots. What is the formula for finding sum of roots? Alpha plus beta. What is the formula? Minus b upon a. Alpha, what is the value for alpha? It's 2 beta. 2 beta plus beta is equal to, what is the value for b? Minus a. So minus is already present in the formula. Again you are writing minus a upon 2. Minus minus is plus. So you get the answer as 3 beta is equal to a upon 2. I hope you are clear. Okay, so now what are we going to do is, we are going to find out the value for beta. So write down, therefore, beta is equal to the 3, it's like this, a upon 2, 3 will come down. So this is into 3. So beta is equal to a upon 6. So I have found the value for beta, which is a upon 6. But what is the question over here? The question is to find out the value for a. We have to find out the value for a. So by using the first thing, that is by using the sum of roots, we have got the value for beta. Now let's proceed for product of roots. What is the formula for product of roots? Alpha into beta. What is the formula? C upon A. I know the value for alpha. What is alpha, children? 2 beta. 2 beta into beta. I'll write little bigger. So 2 beta into beta is equal to C. 64 upon 2. So 2 beta square. Beta into beta. Beta square is equal to 32. Half of 64? 32. So 2, very easy. I know the value for beta. What is the value for beta, children? A upon 6, the whole square is equal to 32. Clear? 2, what is the value for beta? A upon 6, the whole square is equal to 32. See here, 2 1s are, 2 16s are. You can cancel. I have told, like in the previous case, we cancelled 7 and 7 from the denominator. Same way here, 2 and 32 can be cancelled. 2 1s are, 2 16s are. So let's write down what is left now. I hope you are clear with the sum. So this is A upon 6, the whole square is equal to 16. I am going to follow the previous method here again. Here I have square. Yes, children? So in the previous case, square root was there, yes? So we took squaring on both sides. Are you clear? When the square root sign was there, you have to write squaring on both sides. But now here, square is there, yes, children? So when you have square, you have to take taking square root on both sides. Taking square root. Be careful. So when square root is given, to remove square root, you have to do squaring. And when square is given to you, you have to take square root. So how are you going to take square root? See? Taking square root on both sides, we get, what I am going to get, when I take square root, see, when I take square root, I will put one more statement, no problem. Square is equal to square root. So I am taking square root on both sides. The square root is there. So to remove the square, I am going to take square root. The square root and the square goes off. So what is the answer here? Therefore, A upon 6 is equal to root 16. I have told you, whenever you are using the square root, try to write both the values. Because 16, yes? So 4 into 4 is also 16. Minus 4 into minus 4 is also 16. 4 4s are 16. Minus 4 into minus 4 is also 16. So put here plus minus 4. So A upon 6 is equal to plus minus 4. So let us solve and get the value for A. I'll just continue here. I hope this is enough for me. So A upon 6 is equal to plus 4. So when, okay, A upon 6 is equal to plus 4. Therefore, A is equal to 6 into 4. A is equal to 24. Clear? This is one. Second one, A upon 6 is equal to minus 4. That is, we have two cases, children. So case 1, you can just give the heading here, cases 1 and 2. So 1 is when I am taking the positive part, A upon 6 is plus 4. So A is equal to 6 into 4, 24. And A upon 6 is equal to minus 4. So A is equal to minus 24. If you can write directly, you can write directly, no problem. Or you can go for the steps. So we have got two values for A. What are the two values for A? It's plus minus 24. So let us write on the final statement, children. So write down, therefore, A is equal to plus minus 24. So this is the required answer. We have found the value for A. I got the value for A as plus 24 and minus 24. So I have just written it together. Clear? Now we have one more sum left in this exercise, children. It is the 6th question. So you have to complete question number 6 as your homework. Only 3 questions for you. The first and the second. For the third subpart, the sums will be easy because already you have found the half part. So you have to just, the third question will be easier. 6th is also easy question. I'll just give you a hint how to follow your question number 6. if one root of the equation 3x square plus kx plus 81 is equal to 0 is the square of the other. That's where we have to focus on. One root is the square of the other. One root is the square of the other. So you have to write down as alpha and alpha square. One root is the square of the other. So you have to take the root as alpha and alpha square. Then you find out the sum of roots, you find out the product of roots, and you will get the unknown value. What is the thing here? Yes, you have to find out the value for k. I hope you can try out the sum, children. The same manner, you have to proceed in the same manner. In the previous case, we took alpha as 2 beta, yes children? Twice the other. Here, 1 is the square of the other. So take alpha and alpha square as the root and try to proceed. I hope you are clear with whatever sums we have done in the class today. Just have a practice of your sums, children. Once you practice the sums, you will be perfect in that. So just go on solving. If you feel a sum to be tougher, or if you feel the sum to be complicated, or if you feel the sum to be confusing, the only one thing you have is to practice and practice. The more you practice, the more you get perfect in that sum. So just have a habit of practicing your sums. Maybe the sums are small or maybe the sums are bigger. The only way is to solve your sums and practice your sums. So have a habit of practicing your sums, children. Okay, so we have completed with exercise 3.14 and we will be continuing with the next exercise in the next class.